Good morning, boys and girls. How are you? Teacher Tim here, and I'm doing pretty good, thank you. So in this video clip we are going to start a new unit, Unit 7, and Unit 7 is numbers to 20. If you remember, a few months ago we started a unit early in the book which was numbers up to 10. So now we're going to add to that. So now we're doing numbers up to 20. Okay, so from 10 we have 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 and 20. Okay, so that's what we will be looking at in this unit. If you want to look in your book, you can open them to page 144. That is the Unit 7 starts on 144. And if you want to look at what we're going to do, what I'm going to teach you on the board today, then open page 146. Alright? Good. So please open your books and I will change my camera angle and I will see you in a little bit. Alright? Okay, boys and girls. So if you look at the board behind me here, I have written the letters and I have written the numbers from 11 down to 20. So I have written them in Hindu Arabic, although I just wrote Arabic, and I have also written the numbers in words, and I have not written them in Thai. That you have to do because I cannot write Thai. So write the numbers in Thai. So do like what I have done. You write them in Hindu Arabic, and then you write them in words, and then you write them in Thai. Okay, please do that in your notebooks. Alright, so let me put this on the board. Okay, so we will continue with numbers from 11 down to 20. You already know from the previous unit earlier, a few months ago, numbers 1 to 10. So in this unit we're going to build on that, so we're going to add numbers 11 down to 20. Alright? So here we have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. And one more. What is that? That's 11. Good. So 11. So 10 plus 1 is 11. Or 10 and 1. Alright. So if I add one more, how many do we have now? You already know that the blue one is 10. And then add two more, 12. Good. 12. And then I'll add one more. Now how many do we have? 5, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13. Good. And then I add one more. How many do we have now? 14. Yes. And if I add another one, now how many do we have? 5 plus 5 plus 5, or 10 plus 5, 15. Yes, 15. And then we add one more. How many do we have now? 16. Good. And another one. Now how many do we have? 17. Yes. And one more. Now 18. You are correct. 18. And one more. Now how many are there? 19. Yes, 19. And lastly, one last one. One more. Now how many do we have? Now you can see we have blue full and yellow full. So that is 20. 20. Okay? But I want you to pay attention to the last part of each word from 13 to 19. Teen, yes. Teen, 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 teen. So that is the same on all of these. Teen, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So you need to emphasize teen, because sometimes if you don't emphasize it and you say the number really fast, then it sometimes sounds like two. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and that is not these numbers, because then you change the number to these. So with TY, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, then you are saying these numbers instead. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. And that is not correct. So that's why you need to emphasize the teen. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay? All right, good. Okay, so now making a 10 and counting on. So we already have 10 here. Let's put it here. You already have 10. Sorry. So let's take these off. Okay, so you have 10 already, and then we add one more, so we count on. So 10, and then we count on. 10, what is that? 11. Good. And let's keep going. 11, and then we keep counting on. 12, 13, and after that you can count on even further. Okay, so let's see. So this is 13. 13 is 10 plus 3, right? 10 plus 1, 2, 3. 10 plus 3. Okay, let's do another one. Change the color. Okay, so we still use these 10, 10 plus, then we count on 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So what is that? How many do you have here? 5. So you have 10 plus 5 equals 15. Okay? Do you understand? Alright, let's do one more. Okay, so we use these 10 again, 10 plus, and let's count on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 plus 7 equals 17. Good. So you're counting on. You already have 10 and then you just add on, counting on. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 17, and that is 10 plus 7, 17. Okay? Good. Do you understand? Okay. Very good. So then we will go to the book. So please open your books to page 149 and I will see you in a little bit on page 149. Alright? Good. Okay, so now we are on page 149. So we're going to do some exercises. Well, you are, and I'm going to explain what to do. So color the squares to show the numbers, then fill in the boxes. So here you have 20 boxes, and A, you need to color in 17, and after you have colored in 17 of these 20 boxes, you need to write 17 in Hindu Arabic and then in Thai. Okay? And same goes for B. Here you will color in 20 boxes and then you will write 20 with with letters as a word and then in Thai. Alright, good. Then we turn to page 150. Okay. So here exercise number 1 is a match. So count the number of blocks and then match that with this number or that number or that number. Which is the correct one? And then you count how many boxes do you have here, or cubes, boxes or cubes, and then this one or this one or this one, and lastly this one. Then we have exercise number 2. Count and write Hindu Arabic and Thai numerals in each box. So you will count how many do you have here, and then you will write first in Hindu Arabic and then in Thai. And B, you count the sheep, how many sheep do you have here, and then you write in Hindu Arabic and then in Thai. And the last page, 151. So exercise 3, write the number of dots in Hindu Arabic, then in Thai numerals, and lastly in words. So you will count how many dots you have here, then you will write them first in Hindu Arabic and then in Thai and then as a word in English, of course. The same would be how many dots, first Hindu Arabic, then in Thai and then as a word. and C the same thing. And lastly, the last exercise, number 4, draw shapes to make up the number and then fill in the boxes. Okay, so you have this number, you need to make the same number of shapes, same number of triangles as this number says. So how many do you have here? How many more do you have to draw here? So 13 is and so this number you put here is this number, and then the number you have here you put in this box. And same goes for this, for B. The total is 19. How many dots do you have here? How many more dots do you have to make here? So 19 is and okay, good. I'm sure you can do this. All right, good. So I will see you in the next video clip. Take care and bye bye. Okay, now this short video, or the end of the video, is now for your parents, for you mothers and fathers out there. I have now written the correct answers. So I have colored in 17, and then written 17 in Hindu Arabic. I cannot write Thai, so that you have to check if your children has written the correct word as, numerals in Thai, 17. Then B, 20, colored in all the 20 boxes and written the word 20, and in Thai you will have to check. And the next page, 50, 150. So here count the boxes or the cubes, and it equals to 18, and these ones equals to 20, and then these ones equals 16, but I cannot read Thai, but I just assumed, of course, that it has to be that one, since that's the only one left. And then exercise 2, here, count the cows, 12, and I started I started to write 10 and 2, because 10 and then 2, but then I realized Hindu Arabic and then in Thai. So it's 12, and then I cannot read Thai, cannot write Thai, so you have to check that one. B, count the sheep. We have 14 sheep in Hindu Arabic, and then in Thai I don't know, I can't write or read Thai. Then page 151, write the number of dots in Hindu Arabic, and then in Thai numerals, and lastly in words. So here we have 10 plus 1 equals 11, 11, and then as a word 11, and then in Thai. B, 10 plus 3, 13, and then in Thai, and then with letters as a word, 13. C, 10 plus 9, 19, then in Thai numerals, and then in letters as a word, 19. Okay, and lastly exercise 4, draw shapes to make up the number, fill in the boxes. So 13, and these are 10, so I drew 3 more, so then 13 is 10 and 3, 10 and 3. B, 19, so the book gave me 10 dots, so I drew 9 dots. 19 is 10 and 9. Okay, good. And that is all for this video clip. Take care, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.